have here. The menace finally arrives in all of his duster glory and his royal emo-ness. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Rider Time podcast here on the Morphin Network, and we are here to discuss none other than Kamen Rider Gavv, episode 35, Zero Sweetness, Ironclad Lango. We've seen his granude form before, but this is the first time we see him like fully transform, not just we're just gonna put this monster helmet on his head and just call it a day. No, we are taking it a step further. No, this is much more intense, and I gotta say, this episode was not only fantastic, but it left me wanting more. In the midnight hour, I want more. What did you guys think? Did you love this episode? Are you excited for the next transformation for Shoma? Because, it's really odd because usually whenever we get a double final form or a dual stage final form, usually they happen back to back. Not this time around. No, this time, this time we actually waited a decent number of episodes. We waited 3 whole episodes for this. I have to say, I hope, but I feel like this will be worth the wait. And by the way, is everyone excited for this Saturday? Because this Saturday, we are going to the Pasadena Convention Center for Pasadena Comic-Con. I know, originally it was supposed to be in late January, early February, but unfortunately, due to the Pasadena fires, the convention was delayed, and now it's going to take place in May, 2 weeks before Robo Toy Fest. And I will say this, I'm excited for this convention. A lot of great stuff is going to be there. A lot of fascinating guests are going to be there, like the cast of Dexter's Lab, the cast of Lightspeed Rescue. I'm particularly excited. Me and Leo are going to be there, so if you guys want to say hi to us in person, that is going to be your one of 2 opportunities for you guys to get to do it this summer. Unless, Japan World Heroes shows up last minute. But with that in mind, if you're going to Pasadena Comic-Con, who are you most excited to see? Not counting us. I mean, which celebrity guests are you most excited to see there? Let me know. And yeah, this episode, what's funny is for the longest time, Steve and I have been reviewing the original 1971 Kamen Rider, the very first season of 98 episodes, and we are 64 episodes in. We're about a third of the way there. And, we keep bashing Shocker for coming up with all these really bad plans with so many plot holes. And, of course, being of that same mind, part of you might be thinking, why doesn't Lango, why doesn't the Stomach family do this thing to capture people en masse? And especially with the whole Lakia situation when he first appeared, there was it was Lakia was an absolute menace as a villain because he could force people to be happy and then just instantly turn all of them into presses and like that. So you're probably wondering, why doesn't the Stomach family do something like that again? Well, we actually are given a reason, and it's a reason that's much better than, Lothar did not pay for the premium subscription for his PAM. No, it's a much more intense reasoning. So basically, Lango is tasked with collecting 10 million dark candies worth of human presses. That's intense. That's really intense, fam. And we find out why that's a bad idea. Because, as it turns out, there are ways to get a ton of people to be captured en masse, like several thousand people in 24 hours. The problem is it raises too many red flags. Like, if too many people disappear in too short of a time, people will notice. And honestly, this gives me JoJo's Bizarre Adventure vibes because one of the things, because Mario, the setting of JoJo Part 4 is a quiet bed town, but there's a lot of human disappearances happening there, and seemingly few people, if any, are on it. And you're probably thinking to yourself, why is no one on it? Because the villain is smart enough to be quiet in their hunts. Here, the reason why the Stomach family take a while to make a lot of human presses is because they're trying to stay incognito. If you try to collect too many people in too short of a time, people will notice. And Longo's like, so you don't care if I'm just gonna be like non-incognito. Alrighty then. Time to play. And we cut to Sachika's shop where we got 10. By this point we got 200 Gochizos, man. I'm like, how much time did you have to do that? Because in the previous episode, it took us forever just to get 100. And we also find out that inside the Gachapod, there's like a resort, like Nintendo 64 Princess Peach's castle type of resort. And we get a moment of comedy where like girl like spontaneously like barges into the shop, and all the Gochizos just like hide behind the two main characters, like it's like their silhouettes. It's like a Tom and Jerry skit if I've ever seen one. And not gonna lie, this is really funny. I actually laughed when I saw that. Just like how fast it happened, and like the way Shoma and Sachika are staying stiff the entire time in order to avoid having the Gochizos get spotted is just comedy gold. And the looks on their faces. I always say Sachika's the real one. Sachika is in fact the real one, and I freaking love her. Yeah, and I swear, sometimes Kamen Rider tries to be funny, and the jokes just don't land. It's like, oh, we've seen this humor before like a million times. It's not that funny. Kamen Rider Gavv knows how to actually be funny and how to be serious, but mostly funny. And considering how dark things get in this episode, I'm surprised they got away with having this level of comic relief. But yeah, no, it turns out there's like a boy band that Sachika's friend wants to go to, and she wants to hire the crew in order to make homemade memorabilia. First of all, props for wanting to make homemade, because anyone could just make store-bought. But to make homemade, that is just hilarious. That is actually pretty dope. I respect the tenacity. I respect the tenacity in that. But, and of course, this is just for the proof Sachika's the real one. And yes, I love her black outfit. But, this had me thinking, what if this had me thinking at the start of the episode, what if, a bunch of granules disguised themselves as a boy band, made a whole stadium of people happy, and then instantaneously turned them into human presses. Now, I'll say this. Given what happened with Lady Gaga's Coco Cabana concert, I'm like, that is a lot of human press in one place. But also, how did I unintentionally figure out what's going to happen in the next episode? I was just joking. I did not think that, oh no, Lango will legitimately attack a concert. Okay, this is going to be fun. Not a fan of the horse helmets. Not the horse masks. Not a fan of this. It's like, I'm just not a fan of that. At least with the inflatable T-Rex costumes, they're adorable. Oh, yeah. And while they're off shopping, Alongo asks Neil to make a special device for him. It's like, why should I take orders from you? Well, I am under orders of President Желудок. You don't want to disappoint President Желудок, do you? Okay, bro. I got you. I don't want to do it, but I got you. Yeah. So we find out later on that a lot of people are disappearing. Like, we're talking baseball stadiums, we're talking airplanes, cruise ships. I'm like, cruise ships. This is I've seen this in an episode of Kuga. This was literally a Grongi game from Kamen Rider Kuga, but you're using it for candy. That's crazy. So it turns out over 30,000 people disappeared in one day. 30,000 people in one day. Imagine the headway you would make with that. 30,000. It's like, yeah, clearly the Stomach family was nerfing itself because it's trying to be incognito. If we ignored the desire to be incognito, Lango by himself is an absolute menace to humanity. It's like, what were Shida and Jeeb even doing when it was their job to do it? And of course, Lakia is like feeling really bad about this because he did the same thing about 20 episodes ago. Like he just made people disappear en masse, mostly college campuses. And he says, this is semi-personal. I want to help stop this because I was directly involved in doing something like this. But does Sachika know that I was responsible for these presses? And I'm like, interesting how, of all things, you're concerned about Sachika, of all people, knowing that it was you who did that. Could it be that you are attached to Sachika? I mean, don't get me wrong. In the words of George Joestar, you make quite the smart couple. Or was the Dio Brando who said that? Either way, he's smart, she's smart. They're actually like the most well-rounded characters. Not well-rounded, but like the most well-written. Sachika's well-rounded though. Like, honestly, like, yeah, you don't often find the tertiary writer to be like your favorite, but here the tertiary writer is my favorite. And the thing is, this isn't to hate on Shoma, this isn't to hate on Hanto. It's just, you got these two well-written characters, and then you have this third, even better written character. That's all I'm saying. Shoma tries to empathize. It's like, oh yeah, no, I've been hiding the fact that I'm a granny too. But the thing is, Ansa's like, no, you're not like him. Like he's not saying the silent part out loud, but he is quick about it. He's being tactful. I respect that, because you know what the quiet part out loud would be? Yeah, Shoma's not like you because Shoma didn't use his granted powers to hurt people. You did. I'm impressed with Hanto for not going there. He very well could have. And about 4 to 6 episodes ago, he probably would have. But no. He's being tactful. He's being a team player. But yeah. But yeah, no, like we get into a bit of an exchange between Jiba and Longo. It's like, well, what if Gavv interferes? It's like, I don't care. I don't care. Like, Shoma may be a menace to you, but he ain't a menace to me. And he's like, sure, Longo-chan. Like, you talk big game, but I don't believe you. And it's like, this little twerp. I'm gonna make him eat his words. Like, it's like whenever like you play Smash or Mortal Kombat or Street Fighters with your cousin, with your much younger cousin, like who's probably like 12 years younger than you, or even more. And like you're going easy on them. They're like, oh my god, I'm kicking your butt. You suck at this game. And then all of a sudden, like you start using the combos. It's like, wait, how do you do that? What are you doing? How are you beating me? What's going on? Yeah, that's right. I was going easy on you. See, this is why I don't go easy on my nephew when I play video games with him. Because I want him to know where I'm at. Not because I want him to fear me. Not because I want him to respect me. But because I want him to push himself to my level. I want him to know how wide the gap is. So he knows how much of a gap there is for him to clear. All right. Okay. So we get we find out that turns out Dente's not really dead. He was just sleeping. I know we could make so many jokes about Mr. Fishy's not dead. Mr. Fishy's just sleeping. No, for real though. Dente is still very much alive. Which I'm gonna be real with you. It feels like Harold from Shrek 3. It's like I'm dying. You have to. You have to find Arthur. He is your cousin. He's the only other heir. And remember to stay away from Prince Charming because he's also very much alive. I swear that's what it felt like. Anywho. So we get to an airport and we find out that 2 stewardesses are actually Granuts, and they're carrying this machine that Niel fixed for Lango. And I'm like, oh no. Like, this is smart, but oh no. Oh yeah, and the reason why, and we find out Dente is alive because Lockie actually goes to his cave because he wants to make an antidote for his toxin, which is smart. This is a Ryan Mitchell level of side questing, and yeah, thankfully, what's it called? One of the Gochizos warned Shoma about the stewardesses. Now, I'll say this. You know what I find really interesting is the difference between certain snacks that are made out of the same material. For instance, what is the difference between toffee, caramel, and butterscotch? That's actually an interesting question because relatively, all three snacks are made out of the same material, mainly heated sugar. There are slight differences in what's included, and those differences make all the difference because toffee just uses sugar and butter and is heated till it's hardened. That's really interesting. But caramel on the and butterscotch, they both require cream in addition to the other two major ingredients, and in some cases vanilla as well. Now the reason why cream is added is in order to make it soft and chewy, as opposed to hard and crunchy. Now the difference between caramel and butterscotch is one. Caramel uses granulated white sugar, while butterscotch uses brown sugar. Furthermore, butterscotch uses larger amounts of cream, and it is heated at a lower temperature for a longer period of time. So you have three different snacks with relatively similar flavors, but absolutely different textures because of the most minute differences. Why do you prefer crunchy or chewy? Let me know. But yeah, Shoma tries to intercept the airplane, but he's too late. He's way too late. Like, everyone's already collecting. Everyone's already collecting the human presses. And Joma does try to go for an attack. But the entire squad of collectors, they are protected by this mysterious red barrier. Turns out sitting in first class is none other than Lango. Oh yeah, Lango is an absolute menace. He doesn't give a flying taffy about Shoma. Like, he's gonna talk the talk. He's gonna walk the walk. He's gonna put Jeep in his place. Oh yeah, and like yeah. So basically, they gas up the airplane in order to turn all the humans into presses. So looking to the sky to save me, looking for a sign of life, looking for something to help me burn out bright. Foo Fighters featuring Tenacious D. Now I'll say this: Shoma does make a really cool power slide before Lango rears his face. And next shot we see, Shoma's just sent flying. And the entire plane just explodes. It's like, dang, what did Lango do? And of course, he's walking away from the airplane, like with his hands in his pockets, like, cool guys don't look at explosions. They blow things up and walk away. Who's got time to look at explosions when cool guys got cool stuff to do? Keep walking, keep shining. But yeah, no, it's like we get an exchange between Lango and Lakia about, you know, how dare you use my venom in order to like turn people into presses. You're the one to talk. You're a traitor. And of course, Hans is like, so you're a Lango. You're the one who killed my mother. It's like, your mother? I don't know your mother. But of course, I wouldn't be surprised if I did kill her. And I'm like, this is an M. Bison moment right here. Lango is literally M. Bison. It's like, to you, the day I invaded your village was the day that changed your life. The day I killed your father. The day you've become obsessed with. But to me, it was a Tuesday. I swear, I want to rewatch that movie. It wasn't a good movie, but it was a fun movie. And of course, and like he pulls out this massive sword, like bam, like this sword is huge. And he's just mopping the floor with both Lakia and Hanto. Everyone is just pronate on the runway, and Shoma's like, I can't give up. I can't like I can't have it with just us being lying on the floor. And freaking as he runs to Lango, he basically does a flash step and he just curb stomps Shoma. Like he has his leg pressed tightly to his chest. It's like you are weak. You have always been weak. You are not like us. You are a blight on our family. When Dad showed up with your disgusting human mother, I was flabbergasted. And like we cut to a flashback to like when we had Shoma as a child. And
all right, well, I'm not a huge fan personally of the whole 3 weeks earlier teaser thing.
Just kidding. No, it was a hell of a flashback. It was fantastic. Like, chef's kiss. And it's like, yeah, there's like resentment that the three older siblings had because basically they got rejected by their dad in favor of this human woman. And every time when Lango would look at him, like you would see this sniveling little kid hiding behind his mother, fearing for his life at his half brother. And Lango's is like, in the Granute world, might makes right. And this whole time, you were an outsider. You were protected and weak. You have no place in our world, and you have no place in yours. And Joe's like, no, that's not true. That's impossible. You have no purpose to exist. And like we get more flashbacks of Shoma being rejected by Granutes, Gavv being rejected by humans. Yeah, we cut back to the first episode.
All right, well, I'm not a huge fan personally of the whole 3 weeks earlier teaser thing.
No. This was warranted. This episode was freaking epic. And of course, Lango tells Shoma, at the end of the day, Shoma, you are a... No! See, you don't know what he said. You don't hear what he said. But he says something that is out of pocket. I don't know what it is, but that's insane. And I'm like, the direction the show is going. Yeah, and Shoma's just like, I'm going to turn into Overgov. And he tries to punch his way through Lango, and he's just missing the whole time. It's like, you're slow. Who do you think you are, Super Saiyan 2 Trunks? Nah, you're weak, fam. You're not ready for the Cell games. Nope, not even doing the... I'm not even going to dignify the smooth criminal meme from Boom Boom Jerk. Nope. Nah. You ain't touching this. And that's him in his human form. This is Lango in his human form. And even when he finally tries to get a punch in through a series of barriers, he still falls short. Then Lango finally fully transforms into his complete Granute form. Meanwhile, Shoma his gachapon runs out. It just completely runs out. Now, Shoma is done for. But Lango hasn't even started.
Oh, hell no! 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 Oh, hell no!
Oh, hell no.
So the episode ends with Shoma being desperate that he uses his sorbet form just to help himself and his friends escape. That's it. That's the end of the episode. We end the episode licking our wounds. What a fantastic episode. This is a beautiful 10. We hinted at it. What a menace. What a freaking menace Lango is. But we never got to really see it play out. Then we do see it play out, and we realize we are way, way, way out of our league. We are way out of our league. There's no recovery from this. We are in a really bad spot here. So, yeah, now this is the perfect opportunity to crank open Master Gavv. But let me know what you guys think. And yes, Lango's next target is the concert that we mentioned at the start of the episode. I love how the seemingly random side quest turned out to be relevant for the following episode. None of that Nijigon nonsense where it's like, oh, we randomly find some idols and then just call it a day. No. Now, this is not freaking Gotchard. This is Gavv. Put some freaking respect on it. And I will. It is amazing. And the fight choreography was amazing. Lango's plan was smart. And I love that, there's a reason why we don't go that far with our plans, because it's bad for business. It's bad for business. And yeah, freaking what's it called? It's bad for business, and now you know. Now you freaking know. The freaking 30,000 people. That's his body count in one day. That's insane. And yes, I do appreciate that to a certain degree, Lakia and Hanto are being more cordial. But I also hope that this means that we're building up towards something more intimate between Lakia and Sachika. These two characters clearly have chemistry, and I look forward to see that develop. I hope it won't be a tease. I hope they write it properly. But let me know what you guys think. But yeah, this episode is an absolute 10. Okay, Lango's out to play, and what a friggin' menace he is. Black Air Force all the way. I'm guessing it'll come down to Master Shoma versus Lango and Parfait Lakia versus Glada. Yeah, given the fact that these are scythe wounds, that's kind of where I think this is going to go. Plus, you kind of want to make it nice and neat on how you distribute the defeat of all of these members of the Stomach family. The only issue is, out of these 5 characters, Shoma would, if he defeats Lango, he'll have a body count of 2. Lakia will have 1. Hanto still hasn't had any. We're gonna need some Hanto focus episodes. Sure, he does defeat Suga. but he's not a member of the family. But yeah, I hope that with that in mind, Niel will probably fight Hanto if anything. By the way, can't wait to see the set. Oh, you're gonna go to the convention. I hope to see you too. And that's it for the comments, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Ding the bell icon, stay notified for our latest videos, and be sure to share our videos because it helps out the algorithm. We only need 90 more subscribers on YouTube to reach our goal of 3,000 subscribers. We're gonna do a milestone video. We're still deciding on what that milestone video is gonna be, but you're gonna love it. We do Ultraman Z on Mondays, Kamen Rider Gavv on Wednesdays, #1 Sentai Go Juju on Thursdays, and I can't wait for this episode, by the way. And finally, on Sundays, we are doing the original Kamen Rider. We're continuing. We're going to be doing episodes 65 through 69, which will put us really darn close to getting to finishing the third arc, as well as reviewing the second movie. And yes, we are going to be posting more Morphicon interviews very soon. So please be sure to stick around for that. Check out our sister channel, The Buttery Show, where we do various movie reviews and TV discussions. We recently discussed the movie Sinners featuring Michael B. Jordan. And, of course, we are posting our reels for the new series Mobile Suit Gundam G-Quox. Episode 7's up on Amazon Prime, which means that our discussion of it will be uploaded momentarily. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to stay safe, stay hydrated, update your emergency kits, hug your loved ones. We'll see you again real soon. But before we head out, just a reminder, you can find me on Instagram at Boken_Kabuto and on Twitch at twitch.tv/BokenKabuto. And if you want to say hi to me in person, I will be at the Pasadena Convention Center this Saturday for Pasadena Comic-Con. And you can find me at the Burbank Marriott on June 8th for Robo Toy Fest, which will feature all 3 actors from VR Troopers having a reunion, as well as a 20th anniversary reunion for the cast of Power Rangers SPD. This is going to be really exciting. We got virtual reality. We got Space Patrol. What more can you ask for? And also check out some other conventions that are going to be happening in June, such as Ranger Stop and Pop in Atlanta, Georgia, in the Omni Hotel. That's going to be the 13th through the 15th, and it will feature the all 6 Rangers from Mystic Force. So definitely check that out if you're interested in going to visit Atlanta, Georgia for that convention. And once more, thank you all for watching. Stay safe, stay hydrated, emergency kits, hug your loved ones, and we hope you have a very sweet rest of your week. Happy Hump Day. Have a good one. We'll see you again real soon. Bye.